Math kids, today we're going to talk about the magnitude of a vector. For lack of a better explanation, it's just how long it is. So we're going to think of like the Pythagorean Theorem. So if we have a vector that looks like this, we turn it into a right triangle. We call this A1, call this A2. If we do A1 squared plus A2 squared, that's going to be the magnitude of the vector. So if we're calling this vector A squared, and so if we just square root both sides, we see that the magnitude of a vector is just that. So it's just the length of this line, and this formula is derived just from the Pythagorean theorem. Okay. All right, so we're given vector P, and we're given Q, and so P is given in component form, and then unit vector form for Q. And then we just need to find the magnitude of P and the magnitude of Q. That's what it's asking for. Okay, so all we need to do is say 3 squared plus negative 5 squared square root. So that's 9 plus 25. We add those together, we get 34. And so the square root of 34 units. Okay, over here, we're just going to take 2 squared plus negative 5 squared square root. We get 4 plus 25, which is 29 units. Okay, that's all there is to it. Okay, now this says find K given that that's true, and we know that it's a unit vector. So the important thing with the unit vector has a magnitude of 1. So if we set this up in our magnitude equation, we know that the magnitude is going to equal 1. So we can square both sides. We can simplify right here, square the top, square the bottom. We can subtract 1/9. If I think of this one as a 9 over 9, that's going to give me 8/9. Then if we square root both sides, K is going to equal plus or minus square root of 8 over 9. Now, and if we just square root the top, square root the bottom, we get square root of 8 over 3 with our plus or minus. Your book stops here. I always think it's weird that they like partially simplify it, but this answer is fine. But remember, we could also break this up. If we do that, take the 2 out, square root of 2, 3 plus or minus, and K is equal to that. So either way is fine. And that's everything. If you need additional help, come to Math Lab. Until then, calculate.